What is the pseudepigrapha? Welcome to Bible on the Go with Dr. Dan. The pseudepigrapha, a pseudepigraphon, or in the plural, pseudepigrapha, is a book or collection of books that purports to have been written by someone other than the actual author, often a famous historical figure. A large collection of texts from the Second Temple period is known as the Pseudepigrapha, or more specifically, the Old Testament Pseudepigrapha. For example, First Enoch, Jubilees, Odes of Solomon, Testaments of the 12 Patriarchs. There are also books that purport to be from the apostles that can be identified as New Testament pseudepigrapha. Another collection of texts from the early church is often referred to as New Testament pseudepigrapha or apocrypha. I've already done a video on the apocrypha that explains that. For example, the Acts of Paul, Gospel of Mary, Proto-Evangelium of James. Those aren't in the Apocrypha. That's what's referred to as New Testament pseudepigrapha. However, the term pseudepigrapha covers a wide range of literature difficult to characterize in terms of common features. Biblical pseudepigrapha can either be authoritative canonical books for some communities. For example, the Wisdom of Solomon or Fourth Ezra, or fail to achieve such status. As for genre, pseudepigrapha also include histories, narratives, testaments, apocalypses, poems, gospels, and epistles. Well, I think you get the point. To group something with a pseudepigrapha is to immediately cast doubt on its authenticity of the author that it claims to have written it. So, of course, the church has been around for 2,000 years, and they've had a lot of experience isolating which books they understand to be canonical, which books they understand to be deuterocanonical or the Apocrypha, and which books, well, fall into the category of the pseudepigrapha, right? Well, what's so interesting is that now in our electronic age, there is no shortage of videos and authors that are claiming that there's these lost books that have been found that shed such new light on the gospel accounts. Well, if you look closer, you will notably discover that for hundreds of years, these books have been considered pseudepigrapha because there's not any evidence that the title of the work of who the author is actually written by that author. Now, that's not to say they're not valuable in some way, and perhaps giving a historical a window into the Second Temple period, for example, about what kind of themes were important to people then. And that's why there's tons of scholars that are exploring and thinking about these pseudepigraphal works. By putting the emphasis, however, on false attribution, the term pseudepigraphy implies a negative value judgment as to a document's integrity and acceptability. Well, what's the point, Dr. Dan? The point is, whatever we watch or whatever we read, we always want to ask the second and third question. What is the source of this information? Who actually wrote it? And is it reliable? Thanks for watching Bible on the Go, Dr. Dan. If you like these videos, one of the best things you can do is subscribe. I really appreciate all of you who do. I also really appreciate all of you who share my videos. It means a whole lot, and it helps so many people discover the channel, and I appreciate your watching. Praise God.